Look at the new Miss Troy.
Plus, Alabamians head to the polls. Stay tuned. TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision News for November 3rd, 2014. I'm Dustin Allen.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. This past Saturday was a big day for Troy University as 15 girls competed for the title of Miss Troy University. One lucky girl walked away with the title and will represent the Troy community at the Miss Alabama pageant in June. Xavier Harris has the story.
Saturday evening, Troy University held its annual Miss Troy University pageant, where 15 girls competed to try and earn the title of Miss Troy. But as the pageant director explains, getting ready for the pageant was no easy task.
We have an interest meeting about 4 or 5 weeks out, and then the packet information, which is a lot of paperwork, is due 2 weeks prior to the pageant. Then we start pageant preparations, which is we have a tea with Miss Hawkins at her home, and then we have the first rehearsal for practices, and that starts the Sunday before. And then we normally have 2 other practices during the week to get ready for Saturday night's performance.
Singing, acrobats, monologue, and sign language were just some of the talents that were shown during the talent portion of the pageant. One of the contestants explains how she prepares for the Miss Troy University's pageant.
Preparing for Miss Troy was something that I started early with. I made sure that I had all my ducks in a row. I got my dresses, I got my swimsuit, and everything like that.
As the evening went on and the 15 young ladies tackled tough on-stage questions, swimwear, and evening gown categories, only one young lady could be crowned the new Miss Troy University. Hannah McDonald, a senior from Prattville, Alabama, majoring in elementary education. When asked for an interview, McDonald started off by telling why she chose her platform for Miss Troy.
My platform is Ronald McDonald House Charities, and it actually chose me. Whenever I was born, I was a sick baby, so Ronald McDonald House in Birmingham went firsthand with my family, and they were able to stay there, and that was the glue that held them together, so it's been close to my heart ever since.
And for any young lady considering doing the next Miss Troy, what are some things they may need to know?
Definitely do it. It's scholarship money, and everyone needs scholarship money, so it's worth a chance.
Some rules, as far as competing in Miss Troy, you have to be a student in Alabama, so there's a lot of rules, but they can come by my office and talk about it. 256 Adams Administration.
Xavier Harris, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We will learn more from the new Miss Troy University when Aaron Taylor sits down with her for Trojan Talk later on this week.
Tomorrow, Alabama voters will get to cast their vote on a number of state and local offices. The Alabama general election will be tomorrow. The polls in Pike County will open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. The biggest race on the ballot statewide will be for governor. Incumbent Robert Bentley will take on Parker Griffith. Pike County voters will have 2 locally contested races to decide, sheriff and revenue commissioner, as well as the area's representation in the Alabama State House. And for information on the election in Pike County, including a sample ballot and how to find your polling location, you can visit pikeprobate.com, where while there are links to a number of relevant election topics. Once again, polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m.
And Troy University's Collegiate Exchange Club is looking to make life a little easier for soldiers serving overseas. The club is holding a platoon drive all this month and is asking members of the university, family, and Troy community to donate items that will give soldiers overseas a small taste of home. They are looking for household items such as deodorant and toothpaste, but also comfort items like snacks and canned goods.
Anyone who is away from home protecting the nation really needs the support of the people that they are protecting, and they need help getting things that they can't get, because they can't just run out to Walmart and get a pack of Gatorade. Like that doesn't seem like a lot to people that are here, but people who are deployed, I mean, that's a big thing.
Items can be dropped off in the boxes located in Troy for the Troy for Troop Center, in the Trojan Center, in the Air Force Army ROTC buildings, or on WTBF on the square in downtown Troy. The drive will wrap up on November the 30th. Well, Dustin, Troy University is home to many different students who look for a variety of things when coming to a college campus.
And that's right, Courtney. And one of those organizations focuses mainly on student athletes. Jesse Affelt tells us how.
The members of the Troy University Student Athletic Advisory Committee, also known as SAC, is a group of Troy student athletes that meet every 2 weeks to discuss how to lead the student athlete body within the community.
SAT, we're just really like the voice between the athletes and the administration, and we really just try to get as many people at different sporting events and just do stuff for the community, and really just try to get as many people involved with athletics as we can.
SAC is not just run by Troy University student athletes. SAC also has multiple advisors that help plan events with the student athletes. In fact, there is one SAC advisor who is really excited to see the impact that this group can make.
Well, personally, I'm a former student athlete and I didn't have a SAC, so it's been really great to kind of live vicariously through them and really kind of push them towards being leaders for the rest of the student athlete body. And it really excites me that they're really innovative and come in here excited each Monday.
Civic Engagement Chair Erin Woods says that her favorite part is watching the impact that SAC has within the community.
Seeing the product of what SAC does as far as in the community, seeing the kids light up just to see that, a football player is coming to check in on them. So basically the reaction of the community from athletes giving back, basically.
SAC has several events planned for the fall semester. You can follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Troy SAAC. JC Affelt, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And once again, you can follow SAC on Facebook and Instagram at Troy SAAC for more information and the latest events.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Blunteville, authorities say a shooting involving a law officer left the suspect dead and the officer wounded. Blount County Sheriff's officials say the shooting early today in the Blunteville area involved a deputy from the sheriff's office.
And in Montgomery, Alabama's chief election official predicts about half of Alabama voters will participate in tomorrow's election. The turnout in the gubernatorial election years over the last 20 years has ranged from nearly 51% to now 58%.
And also in Montgomery, the race between Governor Robert Bentley and Democrat Parker Griffin has received most of the attention leading up to the election in Alabama. But the ballot also includes contested elections for constitutional offices, congressional seats, and 5 statewide constitutional amendments.
And still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the volleyball team took on 2 Arkansas Conference teams in hopes of breaking its losing streak. Amy Austin will have the details when she joins us in sports.
And after 13 years, the New York City skyline is finally complete. We'll have that story and more after the break. Stay with us.
One World Trade Center is open for business. We take you inside what's being called the most secure office building in America. I'm Chris Van Cleve in New York. That story's coming up.
Any questions?
No.
You know.
We're not magicians, we can't read your mind.
We need your questions, each and every kind. Will this react with my other medicine?
Hey, what are all these tests even for?
The warrior spirit. It's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
The volleyball team headed to Arkansas to face 2 Sunbelt Conference foes over the weekend. The team opened Friday night against Arkansas State, where it fell 3-0. Junior Darby Griff had 11 kills for Troy and no errors. The Red Wolves had 49 kills in comparison to Troy's 37 kills. However, the Trojans had 19 errors in comparison to Arkansas State's 9. Then on Saturday, Troy was swept by the Sunbelt leader UALR. The UALR Trojans posted 38 kills to Troy's 26. Maria Zelinovich had the most kills for the Trojans with a total of 6, followed by Griff with 5. Ali Dowdell performed well defensively for the Trojans as she had 16 digs. The errors were what hurt Troy as it had 26 errors to UALR's 13. The Trojans will be back in action in Trojan Arena on Friday night against UL Monroe beginning at 7. The women's tennis team completed play at the Roberta Allison Fall Classic held by the University of Alabama. Junior Trang Hyun picked up the solo win for the Trojans as she won a consolation singles match. Hyun defeated Eleanor Grossman 6-1 and 6-2. Sine Oda fell 6-4 and 6-1 in her singles match. Hyun and Oda performed doubles for the Trojans but fell to Ball State 8-4 and to Mississippi State 8-1. Next up for the women is the USTA ITA National Indoor Intercollegiate Championships beginning on Friday. On Sunday, the cross-country team competed at the Sunbelt Cross Country Championships. The men's and women's team both finished in ninth. Sophomore Michaela Hodges led the Trojans with the best time and her personal best in the women's 5K. Hodges' time was 18 minutes and 19 seconds, putting her in 29th place. Junior Julia Ostendorf took 31st place with a time of 18 minutes and 29 seconds. And in the men's 8K race, freshman Dylan Ogborn led for the Trojans. Ogborn finished with a time of 27 minutes and 9 seconds to finish in 45th place, closely followed by sophomore Sean Kent with a time of 27 minutes and 23 seconds. This competition completed the season for the cross-country team. The football team took another tough loss this past week as they took on Georgia Southern. Troy fell 42-10 in the Thursday night matchup. Head coach Larry Blakeney contributes the win to Georgia Southern because he said they're the best in the Sun Belt.
You look back on the game and we probably played the best team in the league. In my opinion right now, as far as what they do, they've got an offensive machine and they're good on defense. I mean, and, you know, they're probably good as anybody in the league on defense that I've seen. Anyhow. Still hadn't seen ULL, but a little bit on tape, and but these guys are they're loaded for the bear in the Sun Belt.
Troy will be back at home this weekend to take on Georgia State on Saturday, beginning at 2 p.m. And the soccer team's season isn't over yet. The team will head to Mobile to compete in the Sun Belt Conference Championships. So far this season, the Trojans have had a successful regular season, which led to their high rankings in the tournament and recognition throughout the season.
So one of our goals was to finish over 500, because they've only done that 2 other times in program history.
The soccer team has had one of the best seasons in program history. The team finished regular season play with a 14-5 record, and head coach Jason Hamilton said the success is important to the soccer program.
Anytime you can come in your first year and have as much success that we have, it's obviously very special. I think it's something that's needed for a program to go in the right direction. The wins and losses and all the records, that's special on one side of it, but for the direction that's going to take this program is even more special.
Many records have been broken over the season, from crowds in attendance to individual players, and Hamilton said this is due to the goals set at the start of the season.
We set goals that were achievable and we exceeded them, and I think it's a credit to the girls coming in and having a new coach, completely new system, a new style. Everything's thrown at them. They just kind of took it upon themselves and accepted it and pushed on with every challenge every day.
Not only has the season been beneficial to the players and coaches, but Hamilton said it has also been key to getting Troy's name out there.
Putting Troy soccer on the map, and again that's going to affect us down the road. From club coaches, from players that come and visit. Yeah, we never heard of Troy soccer, but you win 14 games in the season and you've got players being recognized week in and week out. All of a sudden that you're making a little bit of sound, not just in your conference, outside of the conference, which is important for us.
The Sun Belt Conference tournament begins on Wednesday when Troy takes on UL Lafayette.